The late-night text messages started subtly. At first I dismissed them. Sarah was a popular event planner. Late-night coordination was part of her job. But then the texts became more frequent, always accompanied by a secretive smile and a quick turn of her phone screen. The password on her phone, once our shared anniversary date, was suddenly changed. When I asked, she'd laugh it off, saying it was a new security feature, something for work. But a cold knot of dread began to form in my stomach. We had been married for 10 years. 10 years of building a life, a home, a future. We were the couple everyone looked up to, the ones who still held hands and left love notes for each other. Or so I thought. The distance between us grew, not in miles, but across the dinner table, in the space between us and our own bed. Her laughter, once the soundtrack of my life, now seemed reserved for someone else, someone on the other end of her phone. The final piece of the puzzle clicked into place on a rainy Tuesday. Sarah had told me she was working late, a big corporate gala. I decided to surprise her, bring her favorite takeout, maybe steal a kiss, and remind her she was loved. I pulled up to her office building, but her car wasn't in its usual spot. A flicker of unease turned into a full-blown alarm. I called her phone. It went straight to voicemail. On a gut instinct, I drove towards downtown. Towards the new boutique hotel that had just opened, the one she'd gushed about weeks ago, and there it was. Her car parked discreetly near the back entrance. My heart hammered against my ribs. I sat in my car, the rain blurring my vision, for what felt like an eternity. Part of me wanted to drive away, to unsee what I had seen, to pretend this wasn't happening. But the other part, the part that needed the truth, no matter how ugly, forced me out of the car. I didn't go in. I just stood there, letting the cold rain soak through my jacket, watching the warmly lit windows. An hour later, the lobby doors opened. And there she was, Sarah. She was laughing, that beautiful, carefree laugh I missed so much. But she wasn't alone. A man had his arm wrapped around her waist, and he leaned in to kiss her. It wasn't a friendly peck. It was the kind of deep, passionate kiss we used to share. In that moment, the world didn't just crack. It shattered into a million irreparable pieces. The man was her new client, the one she'd been spending so many late nights working with. I didn't confront them. I just got back in my car and drove home to our empty house. The silence was deafening, filled with the ghosts of our shared memories, now tainted and twisted. When she came home hours later, humming and happy, the sight of me sitting in the dark startled her. I didn't need to say a word. The look on my face, the shattered emptiness in my eyes, told her everything. The excuses started, the frantic denials, then the tearful confessions. But it was too late. Trust isn't a plate that can be glued back together. Once it's shattered, it's gone forever. Our 10-year marriage ended not with a bang, but with the quiet, devastating finality of a lie exposed. And I was left to pick up the pieces of a life I no longer recognized.